Great Odin's raven!
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
This is ridiculous. Okay, I'll go.
Hello and welcome to Film Pulse Weekly, episode 15. My name is Adam, and today I'm joined by Kevin.
Hello.
Kevin, how you doing?
I'm good.
And we have a special guest. Ryan will be with us the entire episode this week. How you doing there, Ryan?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Great. We're going to be talking about our summer movie predictions, what we think will be the 10 highest grossing films of the summer. And it's important to note that these aren't the movies that we want to see. These are the movies that we think will make the most money.
Yes.
That is exactly true.
Ryan's also going to tell us about a little film we made him watch called McHale's Navy in honor of Battleship coming out this week. And finally, we'll be making our predictions for this week's opening films. But first, as always, let's go over some of what we watched this week. Kevin, what's first on your list?
I got to watch Headshot, which I know you also watched as well.
I did.
What did you think of Headshot?
I loved it.
Yes, it was awesome.
I think, well, maybe you can write a review for that. I was going to do a review, but I just did Sleepless Night, which I'm about to talk about in a second, so maybe you can handle Headshot.
Between the two of them, which one did you like more?
Headshot.
Headshot? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I thought, wasn't Sleepless Night supposed to be... I thought that was supposed to be really good.
Yeah, it is. For some reason, I didn't love it as much as what everybody's saying. Maybe I just missed something, but it might be me just recently seeing The Raid not too long ago too. So
yeah,
pretty much every action movie is like not as great after seeing The Raid.
Yeah.
Sleepless Night it's Die Hard. It's almost exactly like Die Hard. It's all set in one location. It's the entire movie takes place in a nightclub over the course of one night. It's very, very action-packed, almost non-stop action, a lot of chasing, a lot of like trying to get through these like big crowds, and I did like the movie quite a bit. I just didn't think that there was just something missing that really kind of pushed it into something new.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce.
Was it missing Bruce Willis' newer sad?
Yeah, that's that's what it is. But Headshot, I think, was a very unique movie. Now, if you haven't heard of this one,
we've talked about it before.
Did we?
So, yeah, this was. I think I actually posted the trailer for it on the website. Plus,
yeah, I know we did that. Did we talk about it on the podcast?
Yeah, it was during. I forget where it was playing. It was one of the festivals it was playing at. I don't know. Damn it. There were so many festivals at that time. I think it might have been Sundance or South by Southwest.
It was at one of those, I know. At any rate, basically it's about a hitman that gets shot, and when he wakes up from his coma, he sees everything upside down.
Correct.
Like something happens where everything he sees is upside down.
Which I was very happy about, because my main concern going into this movie was that they were going to overdo it with the upside down stuff.
Right, yeah, but that was one of mine too.
They were very restrained in that sense.
I love how even when you didn't see through his eyes, how you could see that he was struggling with it, you know, how he just, I don't know the guy's name, but he was just, the way that he did that role was so good.
Yes.
How he would like kind of move his arms up and down, because you would think, you know, like it'd be like similar to if you were behind a green screen, like doing like a weather report, where you'd look at yourself on the monitor, and when you raise your right hand, it looks like you're raising your left hand and stuff, and it would just, everything would be reversed. So like he would kind of have to move his arms up and down in order to get the right position and stuff, and I thought that was really good how that he portrayed that.
Yeah, he did a really good job of showing you that he was essentially dizzy. nonstop. And his name is Nopachai Chayanam.
This movie's from Thailand.
Yes. This is by the director of one of my 10 out of 10s, Last Life in the Universe. This is his newest movie.
Yeah.
And to say that it's an action movie, it's not really an action movie, because, I mean, it's sort of like art house mixed with action, mixed with noir.
Yeah, there's a good bit of action in it. I'd say it's more of a thriller, maybe.
Yeah. The
Definite thriller.
timeline is all over the place.
Yeah, when I first started watching it, I was really confused. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so, and you kind of, I mean, I figured it out, but at first, for like maybe the first half hour, I was like, okay, is this like post-shooting, pre-shooting? Like, can he see okay? And like when he went to jail, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. Did he go to jail before this, after this? But it becomes clear as the movie progresses.
Yeah. Cinematography is amazing. I love the cinematography. I mean, this is essentially a, like we said, action thriller noir type movie, but at the same time it's slow cinema.
Yeah, it is. But it is really, really good. I think general audiences, action fans could definitely get into this. I don't think it's just for like an art house indie crowd.
Yeah.
Like Ryan, I think you would probably enjoy this movie.
I think Ryan might be a little confused.
Yeah, I think he'd be. I don't know. Maybe if we watched it with him, could explain it to him. I don't think it'd be that bad.
It sounds kind of interesting. The plot sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a really cool plot. It's really different.
Yeah, and it's just very well done, very well executed.
Yeah, definitely recommend checking that one out
this,
for sure.
Like the Thailand National Film Association Awards, which I'm guessing is like their Oscars in Thailand. It won 4. It was nominated for another 8. So it's a total of 12 nominations, 4 wins.
Wow.
But, I mean, how many movies were probably made in Thailand in that year that come close to this?
There's probably a lot made, but probably not a lot come close. I see a lot of movies come out of Thailand. A lot of horror movies are starting to come out of Thailand. But this brings me to another movie that I saw, which is kind of staying in the action vein, was Merantau, which is the first film that Gareth Evans directed, the guy that did The Raid. And this is a very, very similar film. It's from Indonesia. It stars the same guy that was in The Raid. His name's Iko.
Yes.
UIs.
Yes.
This movie, it's not anywhere close to being as good as The Raid. It's more similar to a Jackie Chan or a Tony Jaa type movie where the plot is pretty thin and they just kind of use it to showcase this fighting style and this absolutely insane like choreography. It's still worth checking out. It's really, really, really cool. It's probably cooler than a lot of the Tony Jaa stuff. I never really liked him too much. He's the guy that was in Ong Bak and The Protector. Yeah. But Merantau is... The way that it's filmed is really cool. It's filmed in a very similar way to The Raid, where the camera kind of is a life of its own, where the camera's just everywhere. It's just following everything, and really, really, really good camera work. It's just a pretty decent movie. I would check that out. I believe that's on Netflix Instant.
Oh, yeah?
I think it is.
I might have to check that out then.
You should.
I will.
Anything else?
I finally saw Captain America.
And?
It was okay.
Nothing special?
Well, yeah, I was never really into Captain America to begin with, so... But I just... Like,
I really enjoyed Captain America. I really liked it.
We talked about this before, and to me, the music was just too much. Just
Mhm.
the music was over the top. Like, I don't know. It was better than I thought it would be, actually, though.
So you would say it was entertaining, at least. You were entertained by it?
I was more into the beginning part of the movie, like the whole background story to it.
Yeah.
And then when he became Captain America, it sort of let me down a little bit.
I just really loved the look and the feel of that movie. Like,
The
I
look
feel
was
like,
very nice.
I mean, obviously we didn't grow up in the 40s, but I feel when I imagine the 40s, that's what I picture in my head. Like that like just Americana.
Yes. And again, Stanley Tucci, very underrated actor.
Yeah,
I really
was
like
awesome
Stanley
in that
Tucci.
movie. I like Chris Evans as Captain America. I think he was a good choice in the end for Captain America.
Yeah, he wasn't bad at all.
And this is by the same director that did The Rocketeer, and you can definitely... It definitely has that same kind of feel to it. And I know a lot of people hate on The Rocketeer, but I loved that movie, at least as a kid. I think if I went back and watched it now, I would still be into it.
It's one of those that you'll have to go back.
I
See
like
what you think now.
I like Dominic Cooper a lot too. He played Tony Stark's dad in it, and he was in the movie The Devil's Double that came out about the double of Uday Hussein. And that was a pretty cool movie. I like that guy. I think he's a really good actor. But the only other movie I saw this week that I'd like to mention is Dark Shadows.
Yes. Was it awesome?
No.
Aww.
No. You
Ryan?
can read a review. Ryan, did you want to chime in something there?
I just wanted to ask you how good it was.
It wasn't good at all.
How do you think it looks, Ryan?
I was interested in it because when I was younger, I was real into the TV show. But I'm not like, from the trailer, I kind of think of the movie as not like the show at all.
I've never seen this show.
I used to watch it on Sci-Fi during the summer.
Really?
They used to play marathons of it on the Sci-Fi channel.
I've never seen the show at all.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, if you saw it, you'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, it's like a soap opera sort of. But it was vampires, and I was a little kid, so it was cool.
The movie doesn't... It's not very much like the show. It's not as... I don't think it's as goofy and off the wall as the trailer makes it out to be.
Yeah.
I thought that the trailer for this movie was horrible.
Yes.
But the overall movie, there's very little story. It's just the thinnest plot. I thought all the performances, and you look at the cast and you're like, oh, that's a good cast in there. But all the performances were underwhelming. Even Johnny Depp, I mean, he did fine, but just his character was not very interesting.
No. And, well, I mean, we've talked about this before. I think when a couple podcasts ago, I was talking about how I'm pretty much done with Tim Burton. And this was going to be like his last chance for me. And from what you're telling me, it sounds like I'm done with Tim Burton.
It's a failure. It is.
And I would also like to point out that Johnny Depp, and I'm sorry, he's not that good of an actor.
Ooh.
He's not.
I just heard people get angry at you.
He's not.
I think he's fine. I don't have a problem with him.
He can play oddball, weird characters. But anytime he tries to play a straight man, just like a normal person,
yeah,
he's awful.
I can't even really think of.
What about?
I guess
what about
the tourist or whatever.
Yeah, that's because no one gives him those roles because he can't do it.
Yeah. Well,
but I
at any
still
rate,
give him a little bit because he does the greatest Hunter S. Thompson ever. So
yeah, he does.
He's still like a decent actor to me.
What about the movie Shooter? Or what?
Shooter?
Yeah.
Shooter?
No.
That was with Mark Wahlberg.
No, the one where Johnny Depp goes crazy and he lives
More
sorta-
specific.
He lives sort of in the woods.
Lives in
And
the woods.
damn it, I thought it was called Shooter. He
No,
he carved something into his chest
He carved
at the end of the
something.
minute. It's like it's sort of a horror thriller movie.
Horror
Secret
thriller.
Window?
Oh yeah,
That's
that's it.
yeah.
That movie was awful.
I
Secret
like
Window.
that.
Well, he was decent at blow as a normal person.
Secret Window was Roman Polanski, wasn't it?
I don't think so. No, I think he did.
No.
What was I know you're getting that confused with something else.
Yep, probably.
I know. But Secret Window is David Kep.
David Kep.
I think David.
No, was it Ninth Gate?
Ninth
That was
Gate.
the-
That's
That was
that you're
yeah, that's-
confused with. Yes.
Ninth Gate. That was Polanski. Dip. Well, at any rate, we gave Dark Shadows a 4 out of 10 on the site. I think that was fair. I didn't review it. Our reviewer, Chad, did it, and he pretty much thought the same thing I did about it. Just skip it.
Yeah. Based off the trailer, I would say a 4. I'm not even going to waste my time watching this.
Don't. It's not worth it. I mean, it's all style, no substance, just like many of Tim Burton's last films. And
come on, Tim.
It's nice to look at, but there's so many bad lines in it. And Seth Grahame-Smith wrote the screenplay, and he's the guy that wrote Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and he wrote Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, which is coming out this summer, which I thought actually looks pretty good. I think it looks good, just mainly for the director.
Yeah.
I want to see Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, but if Seth Grahame-Smith is writing these kinds of scripts, I don't know if it's going to be any good.
Yeah, well, with the Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, when I first heard about that movie, I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. But I love that the trailers for that movie take themselves way too seriously.
Yeah.
And I love it. That movie looks like it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be a fun movie. I think it's going to be like maybe what Cowboys and Aliens should have been. Like, because Cowboys and Aliens was such a disappointment. Because that movie took itself too seriously.
I didn't know absolutely anything about that movie, and I was like, oh, Abraham Lincoln kills vampires. What is that?
Yeah. What more do you want?
I'm there.
What more do you want?
It looks very stylish. It just looks really cool. I mean, and it looks like a Tim Burton movie, but Tim Burton didn't do it, so I don't know.
Yeah. I just want to see, like, Howard Taft kill zombies now. That's what I want. I want there to be a series of just old presidents killing different things.
Yes.
Howard Taft
I'm
versus
down
zombies.
with
Like George Washington kills werewolves.
Well, they do have that FDR movie that's, I don't know if it's out or coming out, where he kills Nazis or something. It's called FDR, American Badass.
Yeah, I want to see, like, Woodrow Wilson versus werewolves.
That's what I'm talking about.
Get on that, Hollywood. That's what we want.
Make it happen. Let's do some Ryan Watches a Movie. You ready for that?
I am.
Okay. This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and report back to us on if it was good or not.
Oh no.
Magi.
Oh, little kids got naked and had lots of sex.
What movie did we have you watch this week, Ryan?
McHale's Navy.
You're damn right you did.
In honor of this week's Battleship, we had you watch 1997's McHale's Navy, starring the one and only Tom Arnold, Ernest Borgnine, David Alan Grier, Deborah Messing, French Stewart, Bruce Campbell. What a winner. This got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was directed by Brian Spicer, who I think we'll talk about in just a minute. And let me read the IMDb synopsis here. Retired Lieutenant Commander Quentin McHale spends his days puttering around the Caribbean in the old PT-73 selling homebrew ice cream and swimsuit calendars. He's brought out of retirement when his old nemesis turned the second best terrorist in the world, Major Vladikov, takes over the island of San Marino and starts building a nuclear launch silo on it. With the help from his old crew and hindrances from Captain Wallace B. Binghamton, who sank the cruise liner a while back, McHale tries to put Vladikov out of business.
I love the fact that they just, take over an island, build a nuclear site. It's as easy as that.
Whatever. Before we get your thoughts, Ryan, let's go ahead and listen to the trailer. This is McHale's Navy.
Oh, jeez.
Somewhere off the coast of the United States, a mercenary terrorist force has captured the island of San Marino. Their mission is to intercept a satellite, arm a nuclear missile, and destroy the Pentagon.
You ready, boys? Call 911.
Well, there goes tonight's luau.
It's party time.
Are you way back in town?
Okay, we can't take everything. Leave the guns.
Hey, McHale.
Oh, McHale.
Come on and pop me.
Tom Arnold, David Allen Greer, Dean Stockwell, Deborah Messing, with Tim Curry, Danton Stone, Bruce Campbell, and French Stewart. McHale's Navy.
No way. Big way.
Directed by Brian Spicer.
So what'd you think of this, Ryan?
I don't understand it.
You don't understand McHale's Navy?
I get it, but it just seems like a very generic movie.
No.
It wasn't terrible to watch, and it wasn't awesome.
Okay.
It was just, it's kind of a waste of time, but not because it was stupid. Just because I felt like I was watching, what the hell is it? Hot Shot. Only something to do with the Navy. And that's exactly what it was.
So
Because,
it's like Hot Shots Navy Edition.
yeah. Everything is goofy. Like, when the trailer, you heard them say, leave the guns. And in that scene, they break into this bad guy's little, I don't even know what you call it, little base in progress. And they break into it and steal a TV and part of a nuclear weapon.
Wait a minute. Let me stop you there.
Part
They
of
steal
one.
a TV. You say they steal a TV
Yes.
and part of a nuclear weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
And some guns. And they do exactly what it says. They just leave the guns and take everything else. And there's a fucking RPG and some machine guns and stuff, and they just drop them and walk away.
Oh, that McHale.
Mm.
So this is actually based on an old TV show from the, 60s?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was from early to mid 60s it ran. I forget.
Somebody-
4 seasons. 4 seasons.
Didn't somebody famous play McHale?
Yeah.
Was it like Bob Hope?
No, it was Ernest Bergner.
Oh, it was oh, okay.
And Tim Conway was also in it.
I don't know why I thought Bob Hope was
Bob Hope.
McHale, but
That would be great. That would be awesome.
Well, and that's funny because Ernest Borgnine's in the remake.
Yeah, he does a little cameo.
That's great.
How about that?
So this is directed by Brian Spicer. He did such notable movies as For Richer or Poorer with Tim Allen and Kirstie Alley, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
And that was it. That was it for movies, wasn't it? I think it was just those three.
Yeah.
And then it's nothing but TV, but he did do Parker Lewis.
Nothing but TV.
Erie, Indiana. Salute your shorts.
Yeah. So this is another one of these. I feel like this is a recurring theme with this segment where we give you movies, Ryan, where that's pretty much it for the director, and then he just gets stuck in TV episodes for the rest of his life.
I feel like it's recurring because I say the same thing about all these movies. They all suck.
What?
You telling me the Tom Arnold in McHale's Navy with David Alan Grier?
Dude, you can't tell a word about David Alan Grier.
So
I used to love him when I was a little kid.
Wasn't he in Operation Dumbo Drop as well?
Yes.
I was also a big fan of David Alan Grier when I was younger.
And
I don't know if I was.
In this movie, I mean, he sort of acts, like he always does. But to me, is the funniest person in this.
I was a pretty big fan of Blank Man. I think he was in Blank Man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I miss Blank Man. They need to make a Blank Man sequel.
Reboot it.
Reboot Blank Man, please.
Yes.
And don't make me watch it.
No, we're gonna make you watch it.
Yeah. That's next week. Blank Man.
How was Tim Curry as the villain?
It was alright. I mean, like I said, he wasn't too terrifying. It was just, I don't know. It's supposed to be a little funny, I guess, but he wasn't really that funny at all.
One thing when I was going through this Brian Spicer, and I saw that he did For Richer or Poorer, I don't know if you guys remember, but when that movie came out, remember they filmed it around where we live, and they cast that one kid that was in our grade. His name was like Mitch or something.
Yes, I do remember that now.
Was it Mitch Stern or something?
I think
no.
Mitch Stern sounds about right.
Well, Mitch, if you're listening, let us know. Because I remember that they cast you in For Richer or Poorer as an Amish person.
Yes, that is correct.
That was like the only thing that I remember about that movie. Other than it was horrible.
Yeah, I was going to say it was also horrible. It was also terrible.
Classic fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
The couple from the bustling city ends up in Amish country.
That's right.
What are they to do?
Hey, Ryan, in this movie, Tom Arnold, on a scale of 1 to 10 lines, how coked up is he?
How coked up?
How coked up is Tom Arnold?
I'd say probably 5 or 6.
5 or 6 lines?
Because he's got like perma smile all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me wonder why. And then I realized that I should probably be seeing some sort of white powder substance on his nose. But I did not. So It turns out that he's just an asshole.
I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think 30% of the budget was for his coke habit.
Probably. How was French Stewart?
Terrible.
Classic French Stewart.
French Stewart's always terrible in everything. He was just, I mean, he played like the guy from, I don't know, like I said, I was very generic. And all the famous people played parts like they play in every other movie there.
I think this was Deborah Messing before Will and Grace. I think this was before we all knew her from Will and Grace. I never liked her in the first place, so.
I did.
No.
I mean, I don't now, but I used to. But she looked pretty young in this movie.
Yeah, Will and Grace started in 98. McHale's.
Okay, so this is like probably a year before that.
So it didn't kill her career.
No. No, isn't she on,
No, she let that stupid fucking
Whoa.
Sean USA kill her career. The
What's
hell is that show called? The Trophy Wife?
The Starter Wife.
Yeah,
Starter Wife.
That's
Yeah.
it.
But she's in that Smash show now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's on NBC, right?
Yeah.
Is she still skinny as ever? 'Cause that's always a huge problem I have with her. She's very, very skinny. Very
Yeah.
like
I just love the way
skinny.
The way he worded that.
Deborah Messing, you're too skinny. Gain some weight.
It's always been my problem with her. It's been bugging me for years.
And
She's a good actress, but she is too skinny.
Bruce Campbell, he was pretty funny. I mean, he played a very generic part, but when the movie interacted with him, it was kind of funny, I guess.
I love your wording, dude. When the
That's
movie
because-
interacted with him.
I'm trying to do something else and this at the same time.
Well, that's nice.
As you know,
Thank you for your time, your dedication here.
as you know, I'm not very good with my words.
Well, do you have anything else to add about McHale's Navy before we give you your drum roll?
Waste of time.
Should we even give it a number? Should we even do a drum roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and give it a number.
Okay, Ryan, here's your drum roll. What do you give McHale's Navy?
4.
A 4 out of 10 for 1997's McHale's Navy. What a wonderful sounding movie.
Any last thoughts?
Just don't even bother watching this. Not worth the time.
What's your tagline? Do you have a good tagline?
No, I didn't really think of any. I've been enjoying the taglines that you make up for me.
Okay.
That
I'll go
makes me
back.
laugh.
I'll go back when we're all done and listen to this and see if I can come up with something clever.
It should just be. I don't even know what it should be. I don't remember him saying it. When the movie interacted with him. That's the best part.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards at this point. The movie interacted with Bruce Campbell. Oh my god.
It's fantastic.
All right, well, I think that does it for this segment. We'll have you back next week for another great movie, Ryan. And what do you think? What do you think? McHale's Navy versus Battleship. What's going to be better?
I think there's gonna be a competition to see which one's gonna be worse.
Oh.
I think you're going to like Battleship because I know what a Transformers fanatic you are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like it because I refuse to even watch it.
Hmm.
Oh.
Just-
Well, we're gonna make you watch.
Yeah.
It
I'm
looks
gonna take note of that.
absolutely terrible.
It does indeed look pretty god-awful.
1 month's time. We're gonna play the little thing and say, Ryan, what movie did we have you watch this week? And he's gonna go,
Battleship.
Battleship.
As soon as it comes out on Blu-ray, we're giving it to you.
Awesome.
I also want to point out something real quick. McHale's Navy, I just noticed this. I always love this on IMDb, the plot keywords. And the fourth one is ice cream.
That's because he runs his own ice cream shop from his boat. That's a big plot point, I would imagine.
Ice cream. Now I want to click on it and see what other movies.
Actually, you know what? It is a big plot point, and that's terrible.
Awesome.
It's,
I do vaguely recall seeing McHale's Navy like ages ago on Comedy Central.
Oh yeah, I
They
totally.
used to always play it on Comedy Central because I remember like the introduction of the film was like them on like an island, like lounging around in hammocks and stuff. And I remember every time that would come on, I'd get pissed because I'd be like, fucking McHale's Navy again.
Yeah, that was during that weird time when they tried to make Tom Arnold a star for some reason.
Yeah.
Even America did not want it at all, but they just kept trying and trying.
As a little side note, French Stewart is barracks in the movie are in a tree. He lives in a tree by himself. Because he's wacky and zingly.
Nice.
And you cannot tell if his eyes are open or closed
No.
or what's going on.
Ooh,
Go ahead, Kevin.
Quick update on the best ice cream titles as from IMDb. Number 4 is Dexter, the TV show. Number 5 is The Shining. And number 6 is The Decalogue.
Dexter?
Dexter. Apparently ice cream is a very integral part of Dexter.
Now, I've seen every season of Dexter, and I can't remember anything about ice cream.
No.
The ice truck killer.
Yeah.
But that's ice. It's not ice cream.
Don't know.
Whatever.
I just love that they have that. It's ridiculous.
Well, thank you for watching that for us, Ryan. We appreciate that, and we'll have another fantastic film for you next week. Let's move on.
Indeed.
Let's talk about some Amazon deals. To get these incredible deals, just go to our site at filmpulse.net and either click on the Amazon banner and shop as you would normally, or click on the store link and check out some of our favorites and what we've been watching and talking about during the show. First up, we have Pulp Fiction Blu-ray, $9.99. What do you think about that?
Wow.
$9.99?
Yep. That's a good deal.
I might buy that myself.
I'm definitely buying it.
I don't think I have that out there yet.
No, I don't either. I was holding off on that one. Next up, we have Dark Knight Blu-ray, $14.87.
Damn.
This is the Blu-ray digital copy thing. Then we have Patton 40th Anniversary Edition, Limited Edition, $9.99 Blu-ray.
Wow.
I never saw Patton. I know that's probably terrible to say, but
Un-American.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it either.
It's like one of those movies that they say it's like a classic and everybody needs to see it, but it just never appealed to me. I don't know.
No. And I mean, like Citizen Kane's like the greatest movie of all time, and to me that's like a 7.
Yeah, I did a couple years ago. I watched Citizen Kane just because I felt like I couldn't call myself a movie buff unless I saw it. So I sat down and watched it, and I was just like, all right, well.
I try so hard to love that movie, and I can't do it. And I even love Orson Welles, but no.
The one thing that I will say is on Citizen Kane, I saw it on DVD. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray or anything yet, but the transfer that I had that I saw on the DVD was incredible. It looked so good. It was like The Third Man when I watched that on Criterion. It looked like a modern movie. It looked like The Artist or something.
Yeah.
Finally, we have Inception Blu-ray, $14.70. So those are all highly recommended. Pick those up.
Wow.
Let's talk about what we think are going to gross the highest this summer. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make this like a little contest. We each have 10 movies that we think are going to be the top grossing films, and then we're going to add them up, score them, and then at the end of the summer we'll have an episode where we come back and look at the results and see who won.
Are we going to do like 10 points for number 1 the whole way down to 1 point for number 10?
I don't think we're going to do it that way, because I was thinking about that, and like I feel like if you hit number 10, like, you know, if you hit the nail on the head with number 10, I think you should get as many points for that.
Okay.
Because, I mean, whether or not it's 1 or 10, I think you should still get enough credit. So I think maybe what we'll do is like you get like 2 points if you get the number and the name right, and maybe just 1 point if it's on the list somewhere.
Okay.
Keep it simple. So Ryan, let's start with you.
Quick question. Did anyone pick anything to beat the Avengers for number 1?
I did.
No.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan. Ryan's the dark horse.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Ryan. What's your number 1?
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, number 1.
Only because the third movie, it's like the final movie in the series, and the first two were good, so people are probably going to be anticipating a third one. Plus, that's what's in it. And a lot of people love her.
Does anybody know if The Dark Knight's going to be in 3D?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
No, I think it's just going to be IMAX.
And see, the 3D is what really pushes the ticket sales.
Yeah, especially when you have it in IMAX and then 3D and then throw in the old D box.
I think The Avengers is going to be sitting pretty at number 1.
Yeah, this was tough for me. There's a part of me that wanted to put Dark Knight before it. But I don't think it's going to be able to overtake that.
No, I don't think so either. And plus, The Avengers is going to be... It got the jump. It came out a couple weeks ago. It's going to be running through the whole summer. And right now, like this weekend, Dark Shadows came out, and ticket sales for Dark Shadows dropped because of the Avengers. Everybody went to see the Avengers instead of Dark Shadows. So
yeah, that's the other thing you got to think of too, is what movies are coming out at the same time as this, or what's coming out the next weekend. Because it could be a thing like the Avengers where next weekend nothing really comes out, so a bunch of people are going to go out and see the Avengers.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that's just a situation where I don't think anything's touching the Avengers this summer. I think it has definite potential to be the highest grossing film of all time, I think. Because people are going to see it multiple times, and that's what really helps with that.
Now, well, obviously me and you have the Avengers at number 1. Me and Adam. Ryan, do you have the Avengers falling further than 2?
No, I have it at number 2.
Okay.
I have the Dark Knight at number 2.
That's what I have at number 2 as well.
I really want the Dark Knight to be as good as the last one, but I don't think it will be.
I think it's going to be pretty badass.
I'm
pretty
really
excited.
I'm really hopeful for it, but that last trailer just kind of made me, I don't want to question Christopher Nolan. I trust in his judgment. So,
well, you also got to remember that Christopher Nolan doesn't get to make the trailers. They have companies do that.
That's true, but it wasn't so much the structure of the trailer. It was just like Christian Bale and his the Batman voice. There's not a car.
Yeah, I really wish they didn't put that at the end. That was just
wow.
That was Bush League stuff right there.
They probably put it at the end because some dude in Hollywood sat in some meeting and thought, that's a good way to end the trailer.
And I don't want to keep harping on this Avengers Dark Knight thing, but I also think that the Avengers has the fan service going for it. Right. There are so many things in the Avengers that are basically, it's just like pandering towards the fans. And the Dark Knight has none of that. There's nothing in the Dark Knight because when Nolan got that, he's just like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to do whatever I want with it, and the fans can go suck it. And I think that a lot of fans clamor for that, just the little Easter egg of something.
Well, plus the Avengers, you could have someone that's a huge Hulk fan, but they're not really into the other ones, and they're going to go out and see it. You have people that are Captain America fans, but they're not into the other ones. You have so many different superheroes that, of course, your reach is going to be far greater than. You have to be into Batman or not into Batman.
And I think that goes along with what I just said, because when you look at the Dark Knight films, they're not comic book. I don't consider them to be comic book movies, when you look at the Avengers and all the other Marvel movies, those are comic book movies. Those are like basically comic books that get turned into movies with, the one-liners and the comedy that they interject throughout and stuff like that. But The Dark Knight is something that just stands on its own. Yeah. And like Nolan just said, you know what, I'm going to take this character and I'm going to make my own like mythology out of it and do my own thing. And yeah, it's based on these comic book characters, but it doesn't feel like a comic book. And I don't think that's a bad thing. No. But just looking at like a money making standpoint, I think that the Avengers is gonna take it. I think, when you look at The Dark Knight, it was like the number 2 highest grossing weekend opening of all time. So it's definitely gonna make a shitload of money. Yeah. I just don't think it's gonna be touching the Avengers. No. All right, Ryan, what was your number 3?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. That's on my list, but it's lower.
Same here.
What was your number 3, Kevin?
My number 3 is Men in Black 3.
Okay, that's on my list too. Lower. I picked Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Yeah. I think these animated movies, when you look at the numbers, these animated movies always bring in tons. So I'm thinking that one of these animated movies, now I don't know if it's going to be Ice Age, but I think one of them is going to be up there this summer. So
yeah, that was tough.
I think it
for
looks
me
terrible.
As well.
I hate the Ice Age movies. I don't understand why they keep making. I think this is
for like little kids and money.
Yeah, but you know what? You can make really good animated films.
Mm-hmm. They don't give a shit. I would just care about making money. Yeah. They can care less if their movies are good as long as they're getting money.
Yeah.
Plus you're not gonna have like an 8-year-old go and be like, "Well, that Ice Age wasn't as good as the second one."
Yeah, that's
the fourth. I think that this is like the 4th or 5th Ice Age that's coming out. They just keep making them. I don't get it.
Is Ray Romano still that one?
I think all the voices are the same.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I still don't care at all, but that's pretty cool.
Ones.
Yeah. Dennis Leary, isn't it, right? He plays the saber-toothed tiger.
Peter Dinklage is in it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, number 4. Kevin, let's start with you.
Number 4, I have Brave.
I also have Brave as number 4.
I have Prometheus.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't have Prometheus on my list at all.
Wow.
I just, you know what? It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. I think it looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. But I don't know if it's going to make that much money. Like, do people care about the Alien movies? Do the masses care?
I think
and it's rated R, so that's like, knocking the demographic down.
I think the number one money maker for that is gonna be all the people that are curious of how totally the sequel or the prequel is the regular Alien movie.
Well, yeah, and plus any fan of the Alien movies is gonna see, Prometheus, Ridley Scott going back to a sci-fi, the sci-fi genre. I'm there. That's because Ridley Scott, Blade Runner, and the original Alien. Those are arguably 2 of the greatest science fiction movies of all time. So.
And I'm really excited for Prometheus, and I don't even like the Alien movies.
I love the Alien movies, and I think Prometheus could be the greatest science fiction film of all time. I'm gonna go out there and say it.
Ooh,
we'll see. Dude, the 3D trailer when I saw the Avengers, I was blown away. I was so excited for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this movie.
And I love all the viral videos that they're doing, like the one with Michael Fassbender. It was so creepy, and I can't wait. All right, so we have Brave. You and I both have Brave for number 4. I think Brave's going to be really good. Pretty excited about that too, but this is going to be the first female lead in a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
And I know it's terrible to say, but I think that that's going to hinder ticket sales.
We'll see. I think it's I think it's going to be the best out of the. I think it's going to make the most money, and I think it's going to be the best one out of all the animated movies to come out this summer.
I think it'll be the best one by far. I'm very excited to see it. All right, number 5. I have Snow White and the Huntsman.
Ooh. Oh,
Ryan?
I have Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah, and again, these don't necessarily reflect my own opinion. I have pretty much no interest in the movie because I know it's going to be terrible.
I don't know that it's going to be terrible, but when does it come out?
I think like one of the last weeks in August, I think.
Oh, okay.
The first week, August 3rd comes out.
August 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. What did you have, Kevin?
I have Madagascar 3.
Okay, that's on my list.
Europe's Most Wanted, because those things just seem to rake in money.
They do. It's funny because they're panned by critics, but yet they keep making money.
Plus, it's playing at Cannes. Give me a break.
You know, I didn't really
critically acclaimed.
I didn't get the connection, like why that was playing at Cannes, and then I saw the trailer and I realized that it actually takes place in like France, and I was like, oh, okay, well, still.
Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted.
Oh man, Total Recall, I don't think is going to be on there, Ryan. I'm sorry.
I just thought that again, people are gonna. Like, people our age are going to be curious about...
People are going to go see it with the off chance of a cameo by Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
I had Snow White and the Huntsman and Total Recall in my long list. But they did not make it into my top 10.
I had Snow White in mine, but it didn't make it.
I think Snow White is going to be a huge hit with the teens.
I know.
Tweens.
It almost... And I don't know, maybe I might sneak it in before we're done.
Here's the thing. I think, judging by the trailers alone, it looks like a pretty cool movie. Like,
I think it looks excellent.
Visually, it looks really, really cool, and I think it looks more like, you know, what that other stupid one should have been, Mirror Mirror. I think it definitely has potential. Is it directed by one of the guy that did one of the Twilights or something?
No, it's directed by Rupert Sanders, and this is his first movie that he's ever directed.
Oh, okay.
And he hasn't done anything else.
Maybe it's produced by...
Yeah.
Because I know it's somehow, other than Kristen Stewart, I know that it's somehow linked to the Twilight movies.
Oh,
like
sure.
Maybe producers or something.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
I actually like Chris Hemsworth, so I think it has some potential. Number 6, Kevin.
Ooh, my number 6 is The Amazing Spider-Man.
That's a good choice, I think. What I had G.I. Joe.
I have
as number
G.I.
6.
Joe too.
You have G.I. Joe too?
Yeah. I really have no interest in that. Unless somebody comes to me and says Bruce Willis is amazing. I don't give a fuck because the last G.I. Joe movie was fucking retarded.
It was not good.
Yeah.
I always want to like the G.I. Joe movies because I used to be so obsessed with G.I. Joe when I was little.
Oh my god, yeah. I was huge into G.I. Joe. But
I think that this one looks better. It looks better than the last one, but not thinking it's going to be too good. This is directed by the same guy that did the Justin Bieber movie, Never Say Never.
Oh, come on.
And Step Up 2, The Streets.
Ooh. No, this is going to be awesome.
And Step Up 3D.
It's going to be the best movie ever.
Yeah, so.
As a side note, are you aware that there's a new Step Up movie coming out towards the end of this year?
Yeah, I am aware, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's totally on my list as well.
And you know what I almost put on my list? That Rock of Ages movie. The one with Tom Cruise.
Mm.
I almost put that on there.
I wanted to put Gangster Squad on, but I don't know if it's actually going to come out this summer or not because they haven't announced a date for it.
Yeah, there's no date, so I don't know. I didn't put that on there because of that. Also, G.I. Joe, the day that comes out is the same day that Magic Mike comes out. So we got 2 Channing Tatum movies on the same day that come out.
Oh.
I think he's just in the beginning of G.I. Joe, though. I think he gets killed in the beginning. Okay, moving on. Number 7, I had Amazing Spider-Man. Ryan, what'd you have?
Men in Black.
Men in Black?
I have
Kevin?
Prometheus.
Prometheus? I think that those are all solid guesses. I don't know what to say about this Spider-Man. When I saw the first trailer, I thought it looked really good, but now I'm kind of, I don't know.
It's too soon. It's too soon. Do
I think
something
that
else.
I think that it's going to confuse people, and I also think that the reason that they made another Spider-Man was so that they could hold on to the rights, so that the rights didn't go back to Marvel Studios, which, if that's the case, then I wish they wouldn't have made this movie, because if you come out with the Avengers 2 and it has Spider-Man in it, then that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also, I think that Marvel Studios, just looking at their track record, they could probably make a better Spider-Man movie than what's going to be coming out. So, but I do like Andrew Garfield. I like Emma Stone. The guy that's playing Lizard Man, his name escapes me, but I like him too. He was just in 5 Year Engagement.
Who does play?
I can't remember his name, but at any rate, I think it looks pretty cool.
Reese Fiennes.
Yeah.
He was awesome in Greenberg.
Yes, he was. That's right. I forgot about that he was the friend in Greenberg. Okay, we're at number 8. I had Men in Black for number 8. Kevin, what'd you have?
I have Ice Age.
Ice Age. And Ryan?
I have Battleship.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, I think that Battleship is going to make money just because of people's morbid curiosity.
Yeah. But it looks like Transformers 4.
It looks exactly like Transformers, yeah.
Doesn't it? I don't think anything else comes out when that comes out, does it? I don't think there's another movie that's opening with Battleship.
There is. What to Expect When You're Expecting.
Ooh.
I think. And there's like one other one. The Dictator.
I think it might be The Dictator.
It's weird though, because they come out on the 18th.
No, Dictator comes out the 16th.
But yeah, according to the release date, it says that The Dictator comes out the 16th, which I don't really understand.
Why is it being released on when?
I don't know. Is it a holiday?
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Well, at any rate, Battleship looks horrible, but I do think it'll make money. So.
Battleship does look terrible.
You gotta share the two things that you were telling me that are not.
Oh yeah, I said.
Two predictions.
Yeah, I said of anything that I can be sure of, it's one. At some point during that movie, you know that they say you sank my battleship. Like, I'm sure that they have to say it at some point during that movie. And the other one is I'm sure that many critics will call it Battleship. Like, I'm sure of that too.
My God.
What do you guys think of Men in Black 3?
I say it's Men in Black 2.
You said it's Men in Black 2.
No.
What did you say?
Saying, all I have to say is Men in Black 2 because I hated that as well.
I didn't like the second one either. It looks better than the second one, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'll see it. My girlfriend loves Men in Black, so I'm sure that I'll be seeing it. but
So
I like Josh
yeah,
Brolin, so
Josh
that
Brolin
should be
does
good.
do a pretty good Tommy Lee Jones, though.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I think we're at number 9, right? I have Madagascar 3. What do you have, Kevin?
I have the Bourne Legacy.
Oh, that's a good one. Ryan?
I have Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Okay.
For the reason I said earlier. People are just gonna say Abe Lincoln Vampires. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I really hope that. Well, I hope that movie does well, and I hope that the Bourne Legacy does well because I think it looks really good. But I don't know if people are gonna have a hard time with Matt Damon not being in it, even though when you look at the story, it makes sense that Matt Damon wouldn't be in it, and that's how it played out in the books too, from what I heard. So it's not like they're replacing the character.
Yeah.
But hopefully that does well too, because I think it looks really cool, and I like Jeremy Renner. I think he's a good actor.
Yes, he is.
Number 10s. We'll start with you, Ryan. What's your number 10?
Ted.
Kevin.
Did he say Ted?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. G.I. Joe.
I also have Ted as my number 10.
You have Ted as well. Wow.
Yep. Here's my thoughts on this. There's no comedies on this list. Like,
also,
there has to be an R-rated comedy, because when you look at previous years, there's always an R-rated comedy that hits the top 10 of the summer.
Yeah, and I think Watch will make more money than Ted.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think people are gonna be like, "Oh, Seth MacFarlane does another voice. I'm into Family Guy, so I'm gonna check."
Yeah, well,
That's true.
I was debating on between Ted the Dictator and The Watch, and I ended up going with Ted just for mainly what Ryan just said. And I think The Dictator looks funny, but I think a lot of people don't like Sacha Baron Cohen. I think they are offended by him. And Bruno was I think Bruno probably offended people so much that they just don't want to deal with any more of his movies.
Yeah.
But I'll go see it. I think it looks funny when he
think
kicks
it
that little
looks
fat kid. I just want to see him kick the little fat kid. I hope Ted does well too, but
I hope it does, because that trailer is one of the funniest things I've ever seen when they talk about the white trash names.
oh my god.
Just that bit is...
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time.
If you haven't seen the Red Band trailer for Ted, check that out because it is hilarious. Mm-hmm. It's funny because after you see the Red Band trailer and then you go and you see like the Green Band trailer in the theater or whatever, they like censor it because they have some of the same scenes.
Yeah.
Like with this, but they censor the dialogue and it's not as funny, but. And there you have it. So we'll check back after all the summer movies have ended at the end of August, I guess, and then we'll tally everything up and declare a winner. And then I haven't decided what we'll do.
I'm surprised no one had the Expendables on there. The second Expendables.
That doesn't.
Dude, my long list. September. I had like 25 movies in my long list, and the Expendables 2 was on there, but. I just don't think. I
didn't want to put it on there because I don't want it to make money.
I don't care if it makes money.
I hope it doesn't.
I'll go see it. You know, I'll be spending money to go see it because it's the Expendables. I mean, it is what it is.
I hope everyone that's in that movie just quit. Just stop making movies. Give up already.
No,
retire.
Stallone is in his renaissance right now, so. And as is Arnold's going to be coming back to movies in a big way.
Jesus.
So they're both in. There's another movie called The Tomb that's coming out with Stallone and Schwarzenegger. So that's coming out. I don't know if that'll be out this year or next year, but we're not done with Stallone and the aging action guys.
Damn it.
I just think.
Damn it.
I think the inclusion of Chuck Norris was kind of stupid, but
Chuck. Chuck
Because,
Norris.
like, I think it's great, to add another guy, but I don't know what he's going to be doing in there.
Kicking the ass. That's what it's.
The only thing I can... nothing. I was going to say the Conan O'Brien when he used to have the Walker Texas Ranger lever.
That was so funny.
And one of the best one is when it's Haley Joel Osment just walks up and he's like, Walker told me I have AIDS. It's like the greatest clip I've ever seen. And when he punches that woman in the face.
Yes. Let's move on to some of our predictions. Let's go over... We only had 2 last week, and that was Dark Shadows and God Bless America. Kevin, you said 51% on Dark Shadows. I said 82. Fuck that one up. The actual score was 42 as of now. So you won that one. Nice. And then God Bless America, you said 80, I said 76. The actual score was 66. So you got one and I got one. So far, it's 7-5. I'm winning by 2.
Son of a bitch.
So we have a bunch that are coming out this week, so you might have a chance to catch up here.
All right.
First up, we have The Dictator. And Ryan, you can voice your opinions, your predictions on these too, but they're not going to count, so. Because you're not in the contest.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You piece of shit.
The Dictator, what do you think?
Dictator? I'm going to give that like 67.
67? I'm going to say 72.
72.
I'll say somewhere around 72.
What do you say, Ryan?
70, somewhere around 72.
We can't say 72 because that's what I said.
Alright, 73.
Somewhere around 72, give or take 20 percentage points.
Next up we have The Samaritan. This is that Samuel L. Jackson movie that was released on demand like 5 years ago. We actually have that reviewed on the site. I think our reviewer Todd saw it and he actually liked it. So I'm going to say 50.
I'm going to say 42.
I'm going to say, I don't even know what the fuck that movie is.
Go see it, dude. I think it's on demand still.
Well, no, if you're giving it terrible scores.
Well, we gave it like a 7.5 on the site or something like that. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it. We now have Battleship.
Battleship.
What do you think about Battleship?
Ryan.
Low blow.
Come on. Battleship, I'll give like a 24.
I'm gonna say, oh man.
And I swear to God, if it's any higher than 24, I have lost all faith.
Yeah, I would like to say 24. Well, I think that's a good. I'm gonna say 23.
Ooh, you son of a bitch.
Going low. Going with the low side. Ryan, what do you think?
I'm gonna fuck you both, and I'm gonna say 25.
Nah.
You're such an asshole.
So Kevin, unless it's 24, Kevin loses that one.
I have faith. I think I'm gonna win, and it's gonna be 24. I'm gonna rub it in your faces.
What to expect when you're expecting? This looks terrible. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be like another like Grown Ups or New Year's Eve or one of those stupid. I'm gonna say 40.
I'm gonna say like 17.
Oh man, going way low. What do you think, Ryan?
45.
Okay.
You want to see that, don't you?
Kind of.
Well, if it's anything like Steve Harvey's "Think Like a Man," we're in for a great ride.
Oh no.
I mean, it's based on that book, so it's like, come on. The only other one that, this isn't getting any kind of wide release, but I thought it'd be fun because you and I are both excited for it. Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Oh my God, yes. I'm gonna say 80.
80. This is a tough one because I don't know a ton about it, and I haven't seen a ton of like stuff about it. The trailer looks amazing, and it sounds like it's going to be an amazing movie, but I don't know if critics are going to like it. So I'm going to say, you said 80. I'll say like 73. And Ryan, I'm sure you haven't heard of this, so.
No.
Still, give it a number. Give it a number, Ryan.
What'd you say, Kevin?
80.
79.
You're a son of a bitch. You did that on purpose.
You're right, but you gave me the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay, I think that does it for another show. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net, and we want to hear your feedback. Send us an email at podcast@filmpulse.net, or give us a call on our voicemail line at 850-391-6075. Also, please take a minute to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that greatly. Special thank you goes to you, Ryan, for enduring an entire episode with us.
It was fun.
You brought so much to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need that shirt.
I bring nothing to the table.
I bring nothing to the table.
Thanks again, Ryan. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
I'm Kevin.
See you later, everyone.
And you're Ryan. And
you're right, I am Brian.
And we will see you on Tuesday for DVD and Blu-ray releases.